Worldwide movement, peace, love, respect. Big King Sadiq hollering at you one more again. All right, man. I love you all. Appreciate you all tremendously. We are doing it, man. We are changing our paradigm and moving further and further along in that process. It's a beautiful thing as we see more and more people awakening daily, daily. So let's continue that process. Let's keep building the worldwide movement. Peace, love, respect. Please continue to like, share, subscribe. Make sure you click the notification button. Man, tell everybody you know, tell some folks you don't know, right? Uh, Make sure you check out all my content designed to aid and propel the movement forward. You can find me, as you know, of course, on YouTube, but also on rumble.com, on Instagram, uh, a host of streaming platforms in terms of my music. Um, yeah, and all the links to my works are right on my YouTube channel, how to get to both my books. And you can also find my lectures and interviews as well. So listen, thank you all. Um, Special thanks to those who attended my recent lecture down in Wellsburg, West Virginia. Um, but thank you to everyone, right? Certainly provide me with information and motivation to even uh, complete that lecture and present that. Um, but yeah, it was a beautiful time that we had, and I touched on some things, some important things. One of which I wanted to elaborate on just a little bit, as I felt like I needed to do that um, on a particular aspect of something I touched on in the lecture, which is that our concept of our creator has been shrunken, right? Has truly been placed sort of in a conceptual box. Um, and as many of the things that our perception has been manipulated on or certainly constructed, right, at the social level. Um, we through so much indoctrination, it's hard to like narrow it down, right? Because we are indoctrinated through so many, so many of the sources of input, right? I'm just trying to capitalize all of it. The sources of input of stimuli. That's a good word. Throughout the course of our everyday lives, right? Certainly, every institution that touches our everyday lives, um, just by its design, takes part in that, right? Um, and certainly, our concept of our creator through our belief systems is very much placed in that conceptual box, right? Um, and this, I don't prefer any particular religion or belief system over the other, um, nor do I necessarily ascribe to any of them, right? And I don't denounce any of them. I don't feel like any of us needs to change our belief system. I'm not um, on a mission to change what or who folks believe in, right? I think that whatever your belief system is fine, um, and is a beautiful pathway for you to increase your connection, right, to creative source. So however you do that, that's beautiful and that's personal. That's for you, right? That's not for anyone else, and certainly not me to prescribe, dictate to, or manipulate in any way, right? Um, that's that's personal. Um, but I do need to speak to the actual application of parameters that have been placed on our concept of our creative source. One of the things that is symptomatic almost, right, of the human condition is that we tend to anthropomorphize, right? We tend to place human characteristics and likenesses even upon certain concepts, energies, even aspects of spirituality, even the creator, right? Or the creative source, however you want to term your higher power. Um, we tend to paste human frailties or human tendencies uh, onto our descriptions of our creator, right? Uh, any scripture that you look into in any and I can say this all from personal experience. This is all my personal opinion, but I can take it, speak to it from personal research and experience, right? That any and all the belief systems give you depictions, right, um, of the creative source or the creator, and the creator's relationship with man or mankind, however you want to uh, term that. I would often just say humanity, right? Um, we place these characteristics on the creator that that are clearly human uh, emotions and human reactions, right? Um, for example, we have scriptures that speak of a jealous God, right? We have scriptures that speak of a wrathful God or a wrathful creator, right? We see in scriptures um, where sacrifices are demanded to to appease the creator or even to demonstrate a certain level of conviction to the creator, right? Folks, those are human characteristics and tendencies. The creator does not need any of those things, um, nor does request any of those things of you, right? And if you do just a little bit of research, you can find where those things have become a part of our interaction, right? Or our relationship with, or our ceremonial tendencies in relationship to spirituality and ultimately to our creator. Um, but again, folks, those are human means by which we tend to address the subject of the unknown, right? This is what we tend to do. Um, the creator and sustainer of everything that ever was, does, ever shall exist, um, is not the same, right? Emotionally as a human being, right? Um, Folks, if you think about it, part of the main uh, reasoning or the main purpose, as I've addressed many times in many videos, for us even existing on this plane, right, of reality or on this particular aspect of dimensionality, this 3D, 4D linear existence, is for us to experience vulnerabilities that we don't experience as spirits, right? So if we don't even experience these things as spirits and we need to incarnate into physical human form to experience these things, why would we attribute such immaturities to our creator? Come on, folks. Think about that. Our creator is not an immature being that suffers from jealousy, that suffers from the need for revenge, right? Those are spiritually immature concepts, right? Um, that as you do mature spiritually, you gain coping mechanisms and means of processing reality that take you far from the need for those emotions. You can even attain the state as a human being that you can transcend the need for wrath or vengeance and revenge and jealousy and being quick to anger and things of that nature. That's something attainable as a human being, right? Let alone uh, the creator and sustainer of everything that ever was, does, and ever shall exist. But then again, our concept of our creator is shrunken to fit these belief systems, right? Um, when you really start to ponder all of existence, when you allow your mind to think of all of the just our solar system, just our planet, right? The vastness and the beauty and the intricacy of our planet, and then extrapolate and expound that to our solar system, and then our galaxy, and then the fact that there are countless amounts of galaxies, right? um, Truly, you start to think of the majesty and the awe of existence itself, and then think of the creator of all of that, right? Of all the planets, of all the solar systems, of all the galaxies, of all the universes or multi-universes, however we want to take our perspective of existence. Our creator has created all of that, right? Even creating other creative beings like ourselves, right? That go out into existence and create, right? So, folks, understand that it is only by shrinking our concept of our creator that many of these belief systems can even structure the fabric of what they relay on to masses as who and what the creator is, or our relationship to our creator, right? um, this is just something that we tend to do, and then also much of it has been done purposefully, right? Specifically to be able to formulate doctrines that would have mandates that are advantageous to the socially economic elite who have dominated the planet, utilizing belief systems. Folks, there is no more powerful tool, right? Hear me. There is no more powerful tool to control the minds of the masses, right? Um, than the manipulation of the fear of the unknown, right? Which is, folks, understanding the unknown is where our belief systems stems from, right? Okay, think about that. Um, and if you are able to formulate a doctrine that manipulates the perception of the masses in a way that is favorable, right, for or aiding in the domination of the planet, of the masses by a minority, these socially economic elites, which again, this has happened for millennia, folks, right? Um, this transcends, predates any of the belief systems, right? You can actually even go, and if you do the research, you can pull um, much of what our belief systems are, or trace them back, should I say, the origins and roots of the major concepts of our belief systems and religions back to their roots in ancient uh, Mesopotamia and northern Africa or Kim, right? Uh, so, or whatever terminologies we tend to put on the land, you know, I myself, believe me, folks, I know about John Africanus and all that, and all the naming of the continent of Africa and how we have lost touch with so much of the original names or the ancestral names of the planet. Even the city that I'm in right now, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, the ancestral name of these lands is Dian De Ga, the loosely translated as the navel of the galaxy, right? So, much of that has been manipulated through the years, specifically for the purpose of controlling the masses. And again, what better tool to use than controlling one's concept of spirituality or one's concept of how they frame the unknown, right? Um, one's way in which they sort of frame the concept of our creator or our the origins of where we all come from, our creative source, right? Um, those concepts being shrunken or placed in a box of perception is vital for those socially economic elite to be able to maintain their systems of control, to keep your mind, right, in a box of perception that permits, right, the continuance of an old paradigm in which they saw complete and total control over the masses. Well, that's over in great part because of the expansion of our concept of our creator on the part of many people who are awakening, right? Um, we're not just thinking about our creator in terms of being the creator of this planet, of how it's phrased, the phraseology used in many of the scriptures, the heavens and the earth, right? Is this as though that were all of existence, right? Um, Another way in which conceptually, we're shrunken or we're placing our concept of our creator in a box, by shrinking the parameters of the creation, right? Um, like this is all there is. Because and that's necessary, folks, because when you truly stop and fathom the the awesome, unlimited nature of existence and of all of creation, then it only goes to expand your concept of our creator, right? Um, we we have again been placed in a pre-constructed box of perception um, that provides those necessary limitations so that we don't start to perceive our creator in these greater expanded views or ways of perceiving existence, and that we certainly do not perceive ourselves in a greater or expanded way, right? Because all of that works against um, the indoctrination process, against the manipulation, um, against the controlling and subduing of the masses, right? Which is what, unfortunately, the socially economic elite have enjoyed on this planet for far too long. But um, we don't even look at it too much as unfortunate, as an unfortunate thing. It's a part of our process, right? We need to respect all the parts of our process so that we can understand it fully and have complete growth, right? Remember, I told you we're here maturing spiritually, and that's on an individual level and collectively as a species, right? So humanity has a great deal to gain to gain from allowing ourselves to expand um, our conceptual boxes, in which, or rather, to do away with any conceptual boxes and to expand our perception, not just of ourselves, but of our creative source as well, right? The two go hand in hand because as we expand our concept or what we perceive as our creator, um, we allow, right? We allow for the ability to expand the concept of ourselves, right? So that makes it a vital part of our ascension. All right. I just wanted to go into that a bit, folks. I hope that was helpful. Um, please continue to like, share, subscribe, tell folks you know, tell folks you don't know, right? Make sure every time you go to the channel, you check out the community section. Again, I cannot stress uh, urgently enough, folks, that you do that, please, because I do have a lot of content um, that is distinct and separate from what I cover in these videos, right? So please go to that section of my channel, the community section, right? There's the home and then videos you'll see, and just keep sliding down. You get right to that section that's titled community. All right? Man, I thank you all. I love you all. We are just rocketing forward in this new paradigm that we are collectively constructing, right? A new positive high vibrational frequency paradigm. One I like to call our new paradigm of peace, love, respect. Thank you all. I love you all. Man, worldwide movement. Peace, love, respect. Big King Sadiq, I'm out.